Even tussle. They won by 15 points in round 11, and for this afternoon's encounter brought in Rogers, Keane, Harvey and Watson for Winton, Hamilton, Johnston and also Williams. The Saints had made 3 changes after their win over North last week, bringing in Jeffrey, Marku and Warren Jones for Sheldon, Gamble and Corcomelis. The game was vital to both teams after some fair to ordinary displays in some of the earlier rounds. And we begin our coverage tonight with some highlights of the first half. It wasn't always pretty to watch, but was tough, hard football. With me in the commentary box is Dennis Committee with special comments from Don Scott.
Goes for a pass. Little Gotch got flattened. Picked up for St Kilda by Coggan, driven up towards right half forward flank. Peter Budge, who took that screamer earlier, decides to centre the ball, looking for Owen, and he just about takes it.
Jones, met solidly by Harvey and White. This is Hawker meantime. Hawker down the ground, a man inside, lays it off nicely. Clark back to Hawker, over the top, number 39, there he is. Tim Watson spins out of one, off the second. He was dragged off it, back it comes to Clark, 40 metres out. This looks pretty good. It's a goal against the breeze.
That's
goal by Clark.
Worth 3 or 4, that one. So both teams scoring goals so far, knocked away by Madden, gets it down to Marku though. Well, good hip and shoulder by Danaher. Walker tries to get the ball clear. Too high. Almost a book job, that one. Well, we predicted it could be a little bit rough. I think it's Clark that got KO'd. He has not moved.
There's the bounce. Rucks go to it. Over the top, Madden. Rogers tries to knock it on. Misses. At close quarters, gets it across to support. Walsh scrambles a kick out. It's taken by Gotch. He goes with the right foot, pulling it back. That's a good centering kick. Madden was up, couldn't mark. Peter Budge out of the pack.
A real headache up that forward and playing very, very well. Good kick by Bradley Gotch.
This is the attacking wing. Essendon risked it to bring it around this side. Magnificent mark is taken there by number 36. Up at the top, that's Jeffrey.
Get some space to get around Evans. Goes for the pass, not a particularly good one. Sullivan pinned. High tackle on Anderson, one would have thought. Nothing for that, says the umpire. Play on. St Kilda tried to do just that. And it comes to Frawley. Good mark by Peter Budge. Low. Strong shepherd on Nick Watt.
Side to side. If you're kicking with that breeze, blowing to the right of screen, you've got to come to this near flank as St Kilda did on that onslaught.
Kicked into the man on the mark. This is Flood to Hawker. He left the ball behind. This man can do something from here. He's a magnificent kick normally. Buick. And he's hit the post.
No, he hit the flagpole behind, I think.
It's a goal then. Tough game of football, this one. Winmar back into the forward line. Fisted away down there by Rogers. Corcomelis. Into the oncoming Danaher. Deft deflection across to O'Donnell. O'Donnell through the centre. Hawker's in front. He appears to have been shifted out of the centre. To Duckworth. Duckworth, long kick. It'll carry the players down there. No, Flood going back has taken the mark. He had the option of letting it go. It was on line, but that was a very good mark. That ball was coming quickly.
David Flood, who started on interchange bench.
In he comes. This should be a goal. It is. Essendon doing well now. 3-1 to 4-5.
Frawley defensively to the outer side. Mark is taken by Danaher. Haven't seen that much of Terry Danaher today. In fact, either of the Danahers. You can see a good torpedo punt with the breeze. But, no, he's holding it the wrong way. It's a wobbler. The result is okay. It's a goal. So Essendon just about pegging back St Kilda.
Because if Essendon gain clean possession, they can pump it straight back in. Elphinston back towards the 50-metre line. Harvey thumps it forward. Opportunity for Keane now. Keane back over his shoulder, straight up in the air in effect. Knocked towards the boundary line by Jeffrey, taken by Buick, who snaps, and I think he's put it through. And that is the problem. You bring it this side, and you can be punished. Buick is on fire. He's played a wonderful first half.
Watson. Still one of the best on the ground. This is O'Donnell. Clear of Bradley Gotch, and the shot at goal is through for 9. It is all clear for Boyce.
And so at half-time, the difference was 10 points in favour of Essendon. They made better use of the breeze and they restricted St Kilda to 2 points. kicking to the South Road end during the second term. We rejoin the game now in the third quarter. We pick up play with some 12 minutes left in the third term. The Bombers leading by 9 points.
Jones is doing well on the ball for St Kilda. Wins it forward, taken by Jeffrey. Towards half forward, Rogers goes back. Takes a timely mark. Ungainly hand pass. Trouble for Keane. This is Peter Budge. Mark Koo, 35 metres out and closing. 10:56 remaining in the term. Madden wins it out. Corkamillis takes it. He's away. Meantime, it's going to be a free kick. It'll be taken by Turner. So St Kilda thwarted there as the ball comes back to Turner. The advantage not paid. Steve Turner goes long towards half forward in best position to mark. The players behind. Tony Danaher couldn't hang on. This is Watson through the middle. Out wide intended for the run of Hawker. He stretches every sinew. He couldn't quite get there. Now he's harassed by Jeffrey. Jeffrey falls over. Grant crashes in. Back comes Jeffrey.
In the back.
Hawker dives on top of Salmon, who was the infringer, and the kick will be taken by Grant.
What terrific work then by Jeffrey. He didn't have any chance of getting the ball, but he made himself awkward in a 50-metre bit. Penalty being paid against Salmon. Might have mouthed off to the umpire. But good work there by Bob Jeffries on the half-back flank.
St Kilda have got to make the most of the time left in this quarter, which is 10 minutes and 18 seconds. Grant, left centre wing. Ball high. That's the wind. Oh, Madden got 10 miles in the air. Didn't get too near the ball, though. Stack up again. Essendon's defence has been excellent in this quarter. They haven't let the St Kilda running players get into the open spaces to create any havoc at all. They've blocked it at every opportunity. Just look at the crowd around that ball. There must be 20 or so players. Izzard. Duckworth finally farms it out over to Keane. Ball close to the boundary line. Buick and Rice are there.
Nathan Burke coming off. He doesn't look too good. He's carrying a leg, and coming on is Tony Everett for St Kilda.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Don, that he could have done with an Aspro or two. He got a heavy knock on the bottom of a pack. Madden and Jones. Madden wins it, goes to Keane on the boundary line. Well, he tried to find Buick. He did, but I think it was accidental. Out of bounds again in front of Sullivan and O'Donnell. Let's go down to Peter Donegan, who has some news on Mark Harvey.
Pete, Mark copped a fairly substantial whack in the mouth, as we saw, but since sitting on the bench, he's making a fairly quick recovery, and he shouldn't have too many worries about coming back on.
Well, that's good news, because he was playing very well, especially in this quarter. He had about 4 or 5 possessions in the first few minutes. Again, a boundary throw in, suiting Essendon down to the ground. Minutes ticking away. Less than 9 left now. Down by Jones. Plenty of fumbling out there, and by Anderson. Now it's Jeffrey for St Kilda. Jeffrey's gone for a short pass up towards half forward. Out comes Big Low. And finishes up pretty low, but he got grabbed when not in possession. He'll take the free kick. And with the biggest hands, I think, in the VFL. Like 2 big stakes. Mammoth kick. Duckworth waiting at the back, showed best judgment of all. And it's going to be a bounce about 25 out.
Some anguish there on those faces, and on that one too. Nathan Burke receiving treatment. Billy Duckworth surrendering the ball. Wow, Jones looking on. Warren Jones and Madden. Owen with an opportunity now. Winmar at the base of all of that. Madden gets a hand pass out brilliantly, taken by Watson to Hawker. Hawker in the centre square. Out wide towards left half forward, intended for Walsh. McConville does very well. Brilliantly played there by Merriweather. Knocked it across instinctively to Walsh. Walsh gets it to Hawker. Hawker goes down towards the pocket. Up comes Frawley. Great shepherding off the ball from Grant. Away comes Frawley. Grandstand side. Lowe gives a contest and knocks it out of bounds. Danaher was in best position to mark Tony Danaher. Lowe realised that, but he got there and he gave St Kilda something. Boundary throw in front of our commentary position. 3 points the margin Essendon's way. Madden at close quarters gets it to Folds. To half forward goes the kick in from the side. Sullivan controls it well to his own advantage. Sweeping hand pass out wide. Left behind by Watson. Rice trying to go through. Elphinston knocks it out wide. Peter Budge an opportunity now. He needs to settle Peter Budge and bring it back. The youngster goes down towards full forward. That's a good kick, but the mark is taken by Flood. He didn't really break stride there, Peter Budge. Could have settled. There goes the kick towards the outer side. This is Keane. Too nimble for Turner. Goes towards half forward, intended for Salmon. Salmon tries to knock it on. Corkamillis in the road. Elphinston. Gotch with courage. Down he goes. He was confronted out there by Danaher, and there's going to be a ball up. Peter Donegan standing by with a report on Nathan Burke.
Yes, Dennis, I don't think there's any major problem. They seem to think that he's okay, and I think if anything they've probably brought him off for a bit of a rest.
Well, he was playing well too. Down to the centre, or just out of the centre, and we're going to go through it all again.
I think St Kilda have got to make a move. Actually, they are making a move. Warren Jones is just too slow up on that forward line, and they are going to bring him off now. And coming on is Jason Daniel.
Okay, play continues, but not for very long. Again, umpire Rowan Saws bowing to the Essendon tactics of closing it up. And there's Warren Jones walking around the boundary line to the bench, taken by Jones. That's the 31 Jones. And another bounce. And there's the seat there. Again, the very crowded affair. In front was Madden. Well, somebody booted it clear up towards Salmon and Frawley. Buick, very clever knock over the head. But Frawley gets there first. He's done a good job down there today on the big fellow. Kick up towards centre wing. Now it's Keane's opportunity. Keane puts the ball high. In front is Grant. Couldn't take the grab. Down goes Hawker, a very valuable contributor today for Essendon. It's going to be a St Kilda free kick. Will be taken by Jeffrey at the left half-back flank. Jeffrey, predictably, long as time runs out. Knocked away by Merriweather, overrunning it was Coughlin. Now he might get a second chance. He has. Picks the ball up brilliantly. Who's he got? No one there really, as Madden takes the grab in front of Robert Elphinston. Oh, short pass. What a shocker. Peter Budge in front of O'Donnell. I guess it was intended for him. Peter Budge goes long. Again, no one there for Essendon. Billy Duckworth doing some excellent work in defence. A timely mark. Duckworth slowing things down. It's after Watson. The Essendon old-timers have done well today, and so has Nick Flood. Kicked a couple of goals. Won this quarter. Very valuable. Izard out towards the centre wing. Doesn't worry about the boundary line. Probably intended there anyway. It will be a throw.
4:15 remaining in the term. Only 8 days ago, we were watching the Brisbane Bears at the WACA ground. I'm sure that Paul Cronin and Peter Knights would like their players to be watching this today. There's been some great commitment on this ground from players at both sides. McConville, the hurried kick, back to centre wing. Foles took his eyes off the ball. Keane, a little shuffle in there if you don't mind, just working the ball to his own advantage, then proceeds to kick it out of bounds on the full. Wasted opportunity. 7-5 to 6-8. Gavin Keane. Weiss taking the kick. Will come back. He's playing on wide of the mark. Danaher taking his time to give it back. At quarter time, the Saints led by 21 points. They trailed by 10 points at half time. One senses 3 points won't be enough at three-quarter time. They need a couple of late goals. Terry Danaher. And the marking of Danaher, Madden and Duckworth in this term across half-back and deep in defence has been timely. Tony Danaher couldn't mark. Daniels has it knocked away by Flood. The hand pass in from Daniels, not a good one. He had two opportunities. This is Sullivan. Sullivan on centre wing. Beautiful kick into the path of Foles. He can run onto this. Foles is going goalward. 25 metres out, gets it.
Well, the Essendon players playing well up the ground there, and Foles playing onto the half-back line, saw the opportunity, saw what his Essendon teammates were going to do, made the break through the centre of the ground, got in front of the ball. We'll see there Sullivan hitting the ball in front of Foles, and Foles running on because there is nobody in front. All the Essendon fellows were up further up the ground over the half-forward line, left a big open space into which Gary Foles could run in confidently and kick a goal.
Essendon lead by 9 points, 53 to 44. Madden decisively out of the centre. Anderson towards half forward. Will it be that Essendon get the late goal? Salmon leads in the race. Someone to the square. They need someone there. There's nobody there. Some bad football by a couple of Essendon players who are simply tracking the ball towards the pocket. It comes out from McConville and the mark is taken by this man, number 44, Evans. And the standing start. Turner drops the opportunity. He's claimed from behind by O'Donnell. Now Watson. Will St Kilda pay for that? Tony Danaher needing needing support. Knocks it out to Watson again. The hurried kick goes down towards the pocket. Jeffrey in the road, through his legs. Walsh, a little chip pass across to Izzard. No one near him. Izzard 35 metres out, pulls it back across his body. He's kicked it. It's another one to Essendon.
What contrast. Last week it was a dismal third quarter for Essendon. Carlton simply blitzed them. In that quarter last week they only took 4 marks. Yet today they're playing a superb third quarter. Their backmen have been absolutely brilliant. Izzard, who started in the back pocket or moved to the back pocket early in the games, drifted down as Foles did. And there the ball put out in front of him, and 2 valuable goals kicked in the last minutes by Essendon.
2 goals that could virtually seal the game for the Bombers, because they'll be coming home with this gale in the final quarter. St Kilda's commitment and play would have to lift 200%. Danaher from half back, straight down the ground. The Bombers playing with their tails up now. Mark taken there by McConville. And towards left centre wing. Foles dives on it. Can't pick it up. Corcomelis can. Back to Marku. Took a little bit longer than he should have. Winmar from centre field needs to go long. They're going to try to get one on the...
A tremendous quarter by Essendon. They kicked 3 goals, 1 against the breeze, and Kilda with it could manage only 3 goals, 2. And so at the final change, the difference was 9 points in favour of Essendon, and they were coming home with a fairly strong breeze, although I must add that it certainly wasn't as strong as it was during the first and perhaps the second quarters. Let's go back to Moorabbin now, and we pick up play in the early stages of the final quarter. The difference still 9 points in favour of the Dons.
The boundary throw in, left forward pocket for Essendon with the breeze. Down by Salmon. Shark by Danaher. Gets the hand pass in. Izzard, this could be dangerous. He's usually a very good shot at goal. Not so on that occasion. 1 point. It's 10 points the difference.
Alan Izzard. Coghlan just 5 possessions this afternoon. Not good enough for a ruck rover. Conville to the outer side. Great mark taken by Madden. Simon Madden coming right over the top. What a wonderful game he's played this afternoon.
He had to take one of those big ones sooner or later, didn't he?
Here's Madden outside 50. Goes in short, intended for Flood. It's knocked away by McConville. He's got the ball off Turner's hands. Sends play towards the outer side wing, and Winmar takes the mark. He immediately plays on Nicky Winmar. Centres the ball. St Kilda lead in the race. Daniels long into the forward line. Duckworth behind. With one hand, didn't control it. Essendon bring it away. Merriweather gives it to Watson after Walsh hand pass to him. The kick comes along the grandstand wing. It bounces out of bounds and will have a throw in. 9-6 to 7-8. St Kilda desperately needing the first goal of this final term. Madden uncontested. Hewitt was taken high. Madden out of the congestion, but directly to Clark, or was it Grant rather? Grant, long towards half forward. Owen in front, lunges at the ball. Duckworth, the only man left standing, confronted out there by Evans, though. Evans did very well to knock it away, close to the boundary line. He needs support, low. Duckworth crashes into his back, and it's going to be a low free kick.
Long way from goal against the wind, couldn't possibly score. He's right underneath the main scoreboard. Now gets a play on call. Runs his full distance. Oh, goodness me, they're making things hard. Owen has to go for the hand pass to Marku. Fires it out to Evans.
Well down the field.
Won't be too far down the field because the kick only travelled about 6 metres. It's going to be Corcomelis' free kick. Still, I would say, too far out to score.
Kicking into the wind, which looks like it's sprung up.
Spiro Corcomelis for the shot at goal. It won't be a score. Low in front. Back into the centre. Only 4 points the difference now. Essendon leading 60 to 56.
Anderson trying to crash his way through. Still he goes, does Greg Anderson. Aided by Keane. Keane a long kick into the forward line. Salmon is down there. It clears the pack. It bounces through. Kevin Keane gets the goal out of the middle.
Well, as soon as St Kilda mount a challenge, Essendon answer, and what a jubilant Gavin Keenan was back in the centre, doing a little war dance, and who wouldn't be from such a magnificent goal, a long way out from goal. You see here on replay, Anderson in over the ball, being harassed by Coghlan. Fighting on well is Greg Anderson. Keane goes through from the centre square, a long ball, bounces in the goal square, but just a little bit too quick for the St Kilda defenders.
Very quick reply then from Essendon. Sullivan out wide to Keane again. Into the forward line goes the kick towards right half forward. Deflects off Flood. Frawley coming out, left the ball behind. Good tackle though on Salmon. Ball jarred free. Izard battling down there with Gotch. Back it comes to Salmon. Boots it around the corner towards the pocket. Hawker's got the run of it, deep in the pocket. He can run towards the square, then lay it off to Danaher. Danaher 10 metres out, pushed off the kick. It's taken by Watson. Watson snaps, he slides it across the face. It's gone out of bounds on the full in the opposite pocket.
They made a meal of it.
10-6 to 8-8. A thriller at Moorabbin. McConville. Alongside the behind post, goes to the outer side. Grant, a handy player all day, takes the mark. Just inside the boundary line, kicks into the man on the mark. Buick deflects across towards Tony Danaher. Back it comes to Buick, but a throw is called on Danaher, and the kick will be taken by Grant, so he gets a chance to make amends.
Good tackle by Grant.
So, he does it again from the back pocket. Sends play towards the outer side wing. Madden over the top, Lowe. A spectacular mark.
Well, I thought Madden had his name on that. Stuart Lowe, tremendous leap. Great mark. Lowe, short pass. I don't know for whom that was intended, but it wasn't a good one. Anderson's kick is high and towards the boundary line. Anthony Danaher at the back, fine mark. Chance to put Essendon deep into attack again, which he does. He centres the ball. He's got Watson. Easy mark to Watson, and Watson will kick from about 40 metres out directly in front with the wind behind him. Decided to go for a short pass. Oh, goodness me. What a mistake. He tried to find Hawker. Instead, Gotch was there, and Grant chips in to take the mark again out of bounds.
Terrific tackle by David Sullivan. Off the ground, leapt at Gotch. At least Essendon have retained the ball in their forward line.
At right half forward flank was the throw in. Salmon, too tall, but straight to Corcomelis. Bad hand pass. Salmon again fires it out. Buick, the recipient, tries to get around right. Elphinston was there. Down goes Gotch. Paddles the ball back whence it came. Jeffrey, knock on by Keane. Hawker, well tackled. Loose ball, picked up by Izard, and then the fumble. Elphinston, grab, not in possession, free kick. Very heavily bandaged too, Robert Elphinston. Now the Saints on the move. Frawley has to go back and take his kick. Saw Danaher there. That's Anthony Danaher. Good job on Salmon today, Frawley. Anderson in from the side, but it's a mark to O'Donnell.
That's great play. He read the danger. He ran about 50 metres from the back pocket to check that man on the wing, Pete.
Terry Danaher to Flood. Stock it off the ground. O'Donnell again. Over the head of Izard. Well, they're all waiting for it. And Rice got one for his corner. A little bit too high. A little bit too high. And he'll take the free kick left half back flank. With a mouse over the aisle.
Rice then sends play towards the outer side wing. Uncontested. Coughlin. Sweeping hand pass to McConville. He's forward of centre wing now. McConville goes for the short pass. Madden got a hand to it. Marcoux. McConville again. Goes down towards the pocket. Owen on a lead. Up he goes. Knocked away by Duckworth. They've had a wonderful duel today. Trying to crash his way through was Evans. This is Owen deep in the pocket. Close to the boundary line. Duckworth can't control it. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Tony Evans has done some terrific things up on that forward line just to keep the ball in the forward line. Swooped on that ball from a mistake. Essendon could have taken it away.
Madden and Jones. Won by the former wide of the pack. Only as far as Marcoux. Marcoux kicking back into the teeth of this breeze. They contest about 5 metres out.
Evans can't get it out of there. Izard, he's been brilliant in the last half. Hand pass now finally comes out to Anderson. To Watson. In pursuit is Rice. Back to Anderson. Anderson inside 50 can score from there. Coughlin won't catch him. Kick on its way and through. Could be the sealer.
Well, the Port Adelaide wingman has lifted his game. It's probably the best game he's put in for Essendon. Started to come back to form a bit last week. But good play there by David Flood to set it up. He broke up play in the centre square. Anderson got it across to to Watson, then followed up on the left foot, his natural foot. He's banged through Essendon's 11th goal. 9 points the difference.
Very valuable goal for Essendon. 9.5 minutes are left in the match now. 63 plays 72, so St Kilda have got to get a couple against the breeze. Maybe it's a tall order. If Essendon certainly get the next one, it will be shut the gate. Keane from half back. Short to centre field, low, clear of Anthony Danaher, and the Saints swing into attack.
Wide towards right half forward goes the kick. This is Walsh. Nick Walsh. Back towards the middle. Harvey does brilliantly. Deft deflection down to Hawker. He centres the ball. It's marked by Anderson. Runners outside him. Anderson, a little indecisive, shrugs a tackle. Now goes for distance. Look at that kick. It'll be a goal. Buick gets back and marks it 2 metres out. Had he let it go, it would have been a goal. And that kick went every metre of Winmar's kick. Anderson was on the pitch. A superb torpedo punt, and Buick had a decision to make. He took the mark right on the goal line. Darren Buick has been a star this afternoon. Kicks his third goal. Essendon lead 12-6 to 9-9.
And one would suggest that could just about be the ball game with 8.5 minutes left to play. A tall order for the Saints now, Don.
Yes, and that man on screen there, Greg Anderson, has lifted his game in this last quarter, and they certainly needed somebody to lift them, and he's been responsible for the last 2 goals. Magnificent kick. That would have carried every bit of 80 metres had Buick not marked it.
Darren Buick. He wasn't a draft choice. He signed a couple of seasons ago and came from the WAFL. It's had a wonderful afternoon. 16 kicks, 6 hand passes.
Can get a job as an umpire when he retires over there, can't he now?
12-6 to 9-9. 8.5 minutes remaining. Corkamilla's over the ball. The Saints need something, and they need it quickly. Harvey does well. Towards half-forward, superb mark is taken by a lunging Rice.
Has time beaten St Kilda. Rice goes in short towards centre field. They've got to get it moving quickly. And pass comes up to Corkamilla from Turner. Into half-forward, Evans. Right on 50. Short pass. Who's he got down there? No one. Mark is taken by Rogers in front of Lowe. It'll take all the time in the world. Out to Peter Budge and Hawker. Peter Budge on the run at the edge of the square. Just over 7 minutes left in the game. St Kilda still trailed by 9 points after that goal from Winmar. The loose ball comes out towards McConville on left centre wing. Only travels about 15 to 20 metres, knocked away from Peter Budge by Watson, who's the first to recover. Over the boundary line, throw in to follow. What a thriller. Alex Marcoux in the bunker. Peter Donegan, any news?
Pete, he looked as though he'd done a groin muscle when he came back, but he did get off the bench and went for a bit of a jog, so he may be able to come back on if required.
Izzard's kick up towards right half forward flank. Grant fumbles, hasn't done much of that today, but it's out of bounds now, and a throw into Font.
6.5 minutes remain. 12-6 to 10-9. Essendon lead. I suppose the tragedy is one of these sides has to lose this game. Walker deep into the forward line. Crawley and Salmon. It clears the pair of them. Salmon out of midair. Goal Essendon.
Well, try as he made, Danny Frawley couldn't contain the big man on that occasion. Frawley in front used his strength. I thought he might have out-bustled Salmon there. A smile, a wry smile by Paul Salmon. Started there with Madden, a high kick by Hawker. In front is Frawley, using bustling, but the ball just bounced and then soccer style across his body. Paul Salmon, and Danny Frawley hangs his head in shame.
He shouldn't do that because he's had the better of Salmon today. Had a great game.
15 points the difference. Turner, clean possession. Just a tick over 6 minutes remaining. Danaher up from centre half-back, takes the timely mark, wants to play on. It's a little ambitious. Folds under pressure now, just inside the boundary. Danaher, keen to make amends, goes across and is penalised for holding the ball. Evans will get the free kick. St Kilda with the ball down towards right half forward. Evans barking instructions. Told to play on now. Has a bounce. Centres the ball. Owen goes up, surrounded by Bombers. It falls behind. Chance for Jones, taken high, surely. That must be a Bob Jones free kick down there. Madden's not happy. He claims he ducked into it.
I think he did duck into it too, Dennis. And it doesn't look good because he doesn't look too good on the ground there, Bob Jones.
Simon Madden having plenty to say to the umpire.
He's ducked their head and gone down underneath Simon Madden. Then Madden's come down on top.
Like a wrestling hold, that one.
It's not good to see.
Clock has been stopped.
A little reluctant to move him, I would think, with that sort of injury. Yes, the clock has stopped. 5:20 remaining. The Saints led by 21 points at quarter time, only to trail by 10 at half time. Essendon led by 9 points at three-quarter time. It seemed to all intents and purposes the Bombers would cruise home on the breeze. Not so. St Kilda had other ideas, and they've launched a great counter-attack, but Essendon have steadied. Stretcher about a while longer and let one of his more long-kicking teammates take the kick. They thought that out pretty well. Owen, for that idea, Bob should have taken the kick.
Rod won't be too happy with that. Hawker, as for the short pass, a slips catch type mark out there. Gary Folds makes no mistake. And he'll take plenty of time too. The Essendon veteran. Folds from left back pocket. O'Donnell. He's almost going to come out with it. After Madden was the high flyer. With Stuart Lowe. That pair will contest. Madden wins it. Harvey. Spiral punt kick. Love to see those with the breeze. They travel the proverbial country mile. This is Flood right on 50 metres. No one there. That's on the wrong side if you're an Essendon fan. 1 point, but St Kilda still need a couple of goals. They've got 4.5 minutes in which to get them. They need 3 goals, don't they? Yep. Danny Frawley. Looking for a lead. Too much movement out there. In front is Turner. Goes to Danaher. Can't get through a lot of players out there. McConville. Evans at right half back. Transfers play up towards centre wing, running with the flight of the ball and reading it well. Korkamiris. Hawker almost hatched it and gets a push in the back for his trouble. I guess we could say well played. Glenn Hawker, as it turned out.
Versatility is the name of the game for Essendon. Hawker started in the centre, up on the half-forward line. Now he's in the back pocket.
Been a great player today. The spiral punt. Well, we're not going too far out there, are we? Clock at 3:33 to go, and Essendon apparently with the game in their keeping. Dennis?
Looks that way, Peter. Interference to Madden, who's been a wonderful player this afternoon. Simon Madden, Simon Madden centering the ball. I remember he's going to go to the other side. Down goes Crawley. Harvey collected him. Korkamilis has the ball meantime. Crawley hasn't moved.
That'd be the square off.
Korkamilis long towards half forward. Rogers got a fist on it. Burke goes looking for Glutch with a hand pass. Hawker dives on top of it. Knocked out there by Walsh. Over the ball is Folds, and he'll get the free kick. Crawley's up. He's okay. Buick making himself available on the outer side, close to best on ground, aided by the performance of Madden. Away goes Buick. Gains about 10 metres, kicks towards half forward. Frawley back on his feet and fighting hard again. Socket away from him that time by Salmon. McConville's over the ball. Well tackled by Harvey. Ball spills free. It's animated there, as you can see. Turner being restrained. Meantime, Anderson's got it. He's pulled off it. And these players can't give much more. The umpire will move in and ball it up, and some frustration in there. St Kilda sensing this game has snuck away from them.
Well, the game starting the way it finished with a few slight altercations.
There's some very sore players tonight.
It's been a marvellous game.
It's been a top performance by both teams. As you said, Dennis, a pity we have to have a loser. Free kick Essendon's way for player held when not in possession. That player was the tallest man on the ground in Paul Salmon, who kicked 1 goal this quarter after being beaten all day by Danny Frawley.
Height a real advantage in the last quarter. When players are getting tired, as Turner was on that occasion, that contest with Salmon. Salmon held his ground, and through frustration, Turner gave away the free kick.
1.5 minutes to go. Salmon right on 50 metres. Out of bounds, not on the full. A throw in Essendon's right forward pocket. McConville will get up, just. Right next to the behind post. Turner with Salmon. McConville travels only about 15 metres. Grant spills the mark. Out it comes to Harvey or Anderson. Anderson gets there first, runs into trouble, gets out of it, flicks it out to his captain. The short pass is okay to Izzard, with Gotch standing the mark. Izzard's played a wonderful game too. Looks for his partner in crime, Buick, the two redheads, and Buick marks right on the boundary line. So Essendon bottling it up inside a minute to go. It's Essendon's game though now. Played a good third quarter against the Breeze, and they kicked 3 goals, 1 to be precise, and that stood them in good stead. Mark to Rice, is it, or out of bounds? No, the umpire says okay. Flood standing the mark, and Rice will take it.
He's played well today, Dean Rice, in the back line for St Kilda.
Kick dropping a little short. In front is Madden, makes no mistake about that. It does pay to play in front. Hard to get around that man who's rucked tirelessly all day. As we saw by the stats at three-quarter time, Essendon in the hit-out department well and truly on top. It might have sneaked through for a goal right on the siren. Goal umpire says yes, all clear, and the Bombers are home.
And so it was Essendon, the meritorious win at Moorabbin by 22 points. The major goal kickers for the Bombers. Buick got 3 and Flood 2, and for St Kilda 3 to Winmar and 2 each to Owen, Peter Budge and Marku. And the official...
A 20-point advantage at the main break.